Sean Strickland shows off brutal eye injury, suffered at UFC 297. According to Strickland, the headbutt was the reason for the cut on his eye, which caused him to lose the fight due to impaired vision. Here is what he said on Instagram. "I didn't take the coward's way out and tell the doctor I couldn't see and got a no contest. The only reason you took a round from me is because I couldn't see. I won that fight, and the world knows I won that fight. The belt they gave you will never make you a champion. Enjoy. They had to stitch through the muscle to get it closed. Thank you to everyone. Your support has really kept my head up high through all this. I am grateful forever." And it didn't take too long for Dricus du Plessis to respond in the comments. Michael Bisping believes Sean Strickland needs to add new skills to his arsenal. Strickland's jab was doing an amazing job, but according to Bisping, it's not enough to win the fight. Now for Sean Strickland, okay, he went out and he had a great fight, but he lost. He fought predominantly behind the jab. I spoke about this on my instant reaction. Sean had great takedown defense, great jiu-jitsu, beautiful striking, and of course the jab is one of the best in mixed martial arts. It's very fast, it's piercing, it's accurate, and it's powerful. Look at the face of Dricus. But he needs to add to that. It's not enough, and I do feel that fighting just behind the jab was kind of what got Dricus the decision. Throwing the big kicks, throwing the head kicks, the body kicks, and swinging and going forward, being the aggressor. The 3 Ds, that's how you score a fight: damage, duration, dominance, and if it's all even, they look at other things like octagon control, and the visual of Dricus going forward, swinging, throwing head kicks and stuff like that skews the opinion. Ariel Helwani responded to Dana White calling him a liar. Helwani found himself in a dispute with Dana White once again. It all started when Helwani reported that the Saudi Arabian event was postponed to June because the country's general was displeased with the fight card.
Total bullshit. That's a straight out fucking lie. I don't know who started it or how it started, but not one fight was announced to Saudi. Not one fight was announced to him. I called and asked to push the card back because we had a couple of guys that we want on the card, and they weren't ready. So, listen, you know how we are. We want to deliver. And if we're going to Saudi Arabia at the level that these guys do things, and it's a fight night, but we want to make it the best fight night we've ever done. So, anybody who came out and said it was because the card wasn't good is a fucking liar.
Okay, so that was me. It was just one report, not reports. Number one, didn't start it or anything. I reported it. And so what you're telling me is, well, okay, so I got the fact that it wasn't happening on March 2nd anymore. No one else had that at the time. I got the fact that it was happening most likely in June. It was being pushed to June. But you're telling me that the reason for those two things happening was incorrect. So I got 2 right and the 3rd wrong. How's that possible? Like, how do you get 2/3 of it right and not the actual last point as far as the reason is concerned? And so he's essentially confirming my report. He is saying that it wasn't good enough. He is saying that he wasn't happy with the card, and so he decided to move it. So ultimately, it's a bit of an ego thing. It's like, no. I decided to move this. No one told me, because no one tells, no one puts baby in a corner. No one tells me what to do. I decided to move it. Now, I just want to ask you guys, over the last 5 or so years, has the UFC done anything like this? Have they said, oh, this card isn't good enough, we're moving it? No. He's essentially saying what I told you all. The card wasn't good enough. He's just saying it was my call as opposed to their call because he doesn't want it to seem like anyone is telling them what to do.
Khamzat Chimaev is upset with Dana White's remarks regarding the title shot. During the UFC 297 post-fight conference, Dana seemed unsure about Khamzat getting a title shot in the middleweight division, despite promising it a few months ago. Here is what Khamzat had to say about the situation.
Israel is out. I don't know when he's coming back. 27. What is it? 2027 or something years. Yeah. And all these guys fight each other. It's only me who is undefeated, undisputed, like 13-0. So I don't know. Well, promised me after this fight, after Usman fight, you will for sure gonna fight for the title, and I win that fight, and I don't know what's going on. I heard some Dana White says like, I don't think Khamzat for next for the title, and so that's the bullshit, man. So if you promised me something, you have to answer for your words. So I am the guy who I always answer for my words. So I don't care if it's some president or somebody like king. And if you give me a word, you have to answer for that. So, so for sure I'm think like in my mind, so it should be me.
Khamzat is suggesting that he won't fight unless he gets a title shot, but it seems unlikely. The UFC is likely to match him up against Jared Cannonier, with Adesanya getting the title shot against Dricus du Plessis. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.